song actually helped me learn to love myself, so I'm just gonna play it. CAREY. I'm keeping my glasses on today because I just think it just goes with the look, so I'm just keeping them on. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video has been so highly requested on Instagram. Everyone always asks me this question, and the simple question is, how do I learn to love myself? How do I become at peace with my body, my physical appearance, my being, my everything? And I'm going to be giving you some tips today on which I think are really, really important. And I think going into 2018, what we should all begin to do is start to learn to love ourselves, okay? So I was writing an essay yesterday, and I was basically talking about how people now in this pre-modern, post-modern, not pre-modern, what the hell, in this post-modern society that we live in, are now entering like a fourth phase where we are claiming our own identities and we're making our identity what we want it to be. We're reclaiming our bodies, we're self-empowering, we're not relying on society, the media, our peers. We're not allowing other people to determine our worth, essentially. We're not allowing other people to dictate to us whether we should be happy with what we look like. And I think going into 2018 we should all continue that. If we all do that, then the world will be a better place. I think if we do that, then we'll become happier people and we'll become more accepting and understanding of other people as well, and other cultures and other people's backgrounds and things like that. So in this video I want to give you guys some tips on how. I look like a teacher, I think I low-key look like a teacher with these glasses on. But yeah, I'm going to be giving you some tips on just like the basic things which I think that everyone should do and what worked for me. So the first one is stop comparing yourself to other people. I said it in my first I said it in my first ever video, and I'm saying it again because it is key. It is so important to stop comparing yourself to others. You need to learn to, or you need to realize that you are all you have at the end of the day. Yes, you have friends, yes you have family, yes you have people who probably love and support you, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and buried, when you are put into that tomb, when freaking you go up to heaven or hell, it's you. It really is just you. And it's taken for me to grow up and get to this age that I'm at now, which is 19, which is not that old, but it's taken for me to get to this age, to move out, to be living alone, to be paying my own bills and things like that, to actually realise that I'm the only person I have at the end of the day. You need to realise that you are your own power. You should want to gas yourself. Like when I say you should want to gas yourself, I mean you should want to kind of say, yeah, I look good in that outfit, or yeah, I look pretty today, or like even if you're not wearing makeup, it's still okay for you to think that you look good, and it's still okay to compliment yourself. You shouldn't feel like you have to put yourself down. I feel like a lot of TV and film kind of glorifies when women put themselves down, when no, I'm sorry, but if I look good, I'm saying no. Look, you can see my eye makeup with these glasses because my eye makeup is popping today. And I think it's also really important that you unfollow Instagram accounts, social media accounts, go on a social media cleanse, and unfollow all the accounts that make you feel shit about yourself. I unfollowed so many people about 2.5 years ago, and instead I started following loads of body positive accounts and feminist accounts, and they really helped kind of spark my knowledge. I kind of like to use social media obviously for the fun aspect and for like, because I like taking pictures, I like posting pictures, but I really like learning things from it as well, because I feel like if I'm going to spend a lot of time on something, which I feel like we all do spend quite a lot of time on our phone these days, and I want to be gaining something from it. I want to like be able to apply that knowledge that I've learned somewhere else. So a lot of the like quotes and things that I see from like some of my favourite accounts like Body Posy Panda, Grace Victory, Callie Thorpe, Self Love Club, Self Love Live, freaking there's just so many people. But a lot of the quotes that they post and see, I then apply them into like my actual daily life, or I like apply them into like my essays and things like that. And yeah, so you want to make sure you're actually benefiting from social media, like that you're not just there because it's there essentially. Like you want to actually gain something from it. You don't want it to just be constantly damaging like your self-esteem. So go on a social media cleanse. My second point is to cut out all toxic relationships and get rid of all negativity, negative people, negative vibes, awkward situations. Just try and avoid them. Build a community, again, on social media and in real life, of people who love and support you and who share the same beliefs as you. I recently spoke on my Instagram stories about how becoming woke has like damaged my relationships with a lot of people, including family members essentially. But as I start to think about it, when I was cut off from certain people, my life started to go forward. I started to learn things about myself that I didn't know. I started to learn things about the world that I probably wouldn't have learned if I just stayed in this like net essentially, or nest. I don't know what the right terminology is for that. Like when I fled the nest basically was when I started to learn things. So just cut off all negative vibes, negative people, and yeah, watch yourself flourish. My third point is, it's quite controversial and I've not actually heard that many people speak about it, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Don't give other people so much power. Don't give them the power or the right to make you feel bad, or don't let people feel comfortable with saying negative things about you or to you. There's nothing wrong with criticism, constructive criticism, but don't just let people say, oh, you look fat, or oh, you look ugly, or oh, you should have done this, or oh, you should have done that, because them constantly criticizing you is just wearing you down and wearing you down and wearing you down. And especially when you have friends that like aren't very supportive, or if the friendship kind of seems like one-sided and it feels like you're always supporting them, and then just don't put up with it anymore. I actually have a friend who I always feel, and I'm not the only person in the friendship group who feels it, but I always feel as though I'm the one who is gassing and supporting and saying, oh, you look, just even little things like, oh, you look nice, or oh, well done, or oh, you work so hard. I always feel like I'm doing that and she's not doing it back. So that's something I'm gonna kind of work on this year. It's just not allowing people to basically treat you like shit. And to kind of tie in from that point, a major point actually is to know that your purpose on this earth is not to serve other people. Your physical being was not put on this earth to like make other people feel happy, to make other people feel good about themselves. To obviously making other people feel good about themselves is an amazing thing, don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is that's not your purpose. You have to think about you and think about like self-care and start putting yourself first. Start complimenting yourself, start seeing the beauty and the good in you rather than always seeing it in other people. Make sure you're getting what you put in, make sure you're getting it out, and that's in terms of friendship, work, life, everything. Obviously some things can take longer, some relationships can take longer to build and to kind of get to know each other, but just make sure they're not treating you like shit. That's it. It's kind of the same thing with body confidence. Like your body, like your hips were not made to fit into a size 8 jeans. Your boobs were not supposed to fit in a double, like were not meant to fit in a double D bra. Your lips are not supposed to be perfectly sculpted and shaped. Your contour is not supposed to be fleeky all the time. Like, you're human at the end of the day. You're never ever always going to be perfect. And well, like, it's really hard to explain, but I see everything as a social construct. Like, the idea of beauty is a social construct. The idea of what we worship and want to look like is a social construct, because it changes every decade or so. And when I say your body was not meant to, you know, your body's not there to please other people. Your body's there to carry you throughout life. It's your vessel, it's your home essentially. It's not meant to look perfect so other people can admire it. You and your physical being are not there for the gaze of others, which is why I'm so body positive and think that I should be allowed to do what the hell I want with my body. It's kind of like people who have tattoos and piercings, which is another controversial topic. Like, people will always say to people who have tattoos, oh, you have too many tattoos, they look horrible, or stop messing up your scar on your body. It's like, my body is not here for your, like, to be under your scrutiny and to be here for your happiness. It's here for me to look at. It's here to carry me. It's mine. It's Sunny Turner's. Like, yeah, that was a bit of a rant, I'm sorry. My next point is probably one of the most important things for me that have kind of helped me so much with my self-love, and that is dancing around my room in my underwear with music on and looking at myself in the mirror and the reflection in my window and just making myself feel great, like dancing until I'm sweating, because I used to be really active when I was younger. I used to do like dance class, cross country and everything like that. So as I've not done that anymore, a way to kind of like release my energy has been through dancing around my room and just having me time. Like, it's so important to spend time with yourself. I thought, like, we don't realise how important it is to spend time with yourself and start learning to enjoy your own company. I feel like through doing that as well, you can be bold, you give yourself space to be expressive. You know, there's nothing wrong with being big, bold, loud and expressive, especially if you've kind of been like really shy and like unself-confident for years. Then a way that you can kind of build up to that is by starting in your own space at home, and that's what I did. So I took off my glasses because I just think I look better without them now. My last point on how to learn to love yourself and embrace yourself is to know that you are not alone, okay? Know that you are not the only person that has bad days. Know that you are not the only person who feels ugly. Know that you are not the only person who has insecurities. Know that you are not the only person who sometimes wants to change themselves. And not to kind of invalidate anyone's feelings, but I think I often find comfort when I know that other people have felt or are feeling or have gone through the same type of thing. So don't beat yourself up about it. If you have a bad day, tomorrow's a new day. Get up and start again. You know, don't let like one bad day drag your whole year down or like drag your whole mood down. You know, self-love and loving yourself is such a long journey. You know, it's taken me about 17 years, I think. It took me about 17 or 18 years actually to get to the stage that I'm at now, to get to the stage where I can be like, bitch, I look good. And I think that, you know, we can all get there. Society, ad, brands, the media, they are making an effort now to kind of praise women loving themselves and to and they are praising people who are embracing themselves. So that's always a positive strive and step forwards. And I think no matter what kind of brands and companies, and no matter what other people are doing, no matter what your friends doing, your mom's doing, always remember to think about yourself. Obviously try not to be selfish, but if you have to be selfish sometimes, then you have to. That's just the way that life and cookie crumbles. And you know, you're not going to wake up tomorrow after watching this video and think, wow, I love myself, because you have to remember, if you've been harbouring hate for, say, a body part, or harbouring hate for a personality flaw of yours for maybe like 15-16 years, it's not going to go after like a 10-minute video. It's not going to go after one day of trying. And don't give up. And I read this quote and it was like, love yourself first and the rest will follow. And I couldn't resonate with that even more. When you start to like just embrace yourself, like everything around you just seems to flourish. Like, it's like you don't have to put so much pressure on yourself anymore. Just being you is okay. That is the end of this video, guys. I'll try and keep it short and sweet. If you want some more of these type of like talky videos, then let me know. And if you want tips on anything else, I might do a body positive one. And yeah, make sure you like, comment and subscribe.
So obsessed with me.